Well, hi, good morning. Thank you for joining me in my shop today for a little more work on this Hallicrafters S38 shortwave receiver. So what's happening here is my tripod is collapsing. Oh my gosh. I don't want that to happen again. There we are. Okay, good, stable. So I've changed quite a few capacitors in here. I've been doing it selectively, but because the radio's performance is pretty good to begin with, I haven't really noticed too many or any performance changes. What do we got left in here now? Let's see what we've got. What do we got? So we have these three paper capacitors that are all attached to the output terminals here. I'm not too concerned about these in terms of radio performance. There's one other one kind of tucked back here. There's another wax one here. There's a couple here. Why don't we stick to the front end of the radio? And are any of these capacitors still involved with the front end of the radio? That's a good question. Or should I just change them all? Let me find out what's going on with this one here. And this is the audio capacitor, pretty sure, carrying the audio from the volume control onward to the grid of the first audio amplifier. So I think we know what this one's doing. This one is, I don't know what that guy's up to. This one's pretty close to these coils, so it's probably involved with these coils in some way. Okay, let me check it out and find out. Okay, I've got them, the three of them figured out. This one is the connected to the wiper of the volume control. It carries the audio onto the grid of the audio tube here, the audio preamp tube. So this guy, if he weren't working well, could have a couple of negative effects, mostly around the tone, I think, the tone and volume of the radio. Lots of volume in this radio. So this guy's worth changing out, no doubt about it. This one up here is on the plate of the BFO oscillator tube. And it's just going to ground from the plate, and I think this is just to make sure RF isn't present past this point or at this point. That's a 0.01, that's a 0.005, that's a fairly small one. And the one that's tucked up under here is bypass capacitor for the cathode resistor of the IF2. So that's what's going on with this one. You can barely see it down here. It's buried. And this one, I forgot about checking into this one. I gotta stop and find out what this guy is. Definitely involved with the coils here. And 0.05. Okay, I'll hunt that down. Okay, this last guy is looks like a decoupling capacitor involved with the RF, the local oscillator coils here, and I'm not exactly sure what it's doing. It seems to only be involved with the AM side of things, the broadcast band side of things. So I think, given the fact that the radio works pretty well, and that any improvements that might occur when I change these capacitors would be very subtle, very hard to pick up on, I think I'm just going to change all four of them out and then run the radio and make sure it's still operating. I'll leave these three as they are, and we'll just to make sure the radio operates, and I'm sure its performance will go up a bit, but how much better can it really get? Okay, that's four capacitors changed out. They're all here. Let's test them all. Let's start with, this is the capacitor that was carrying the audio from the volume control. It's a 0.005 capacitor. Okay, watching the eye for the leakage test. Very good. Not so good. Not so good. They're all testing the same. Serviceable in most cases, maybe not so good in certain applications in the radio. But obviously the radio is working. Okay, so this is a 0.01. This was the I can't remember one. Here we go. Basically, same result. Same result. Okay, and next one is a 0.05. This was the another, I can't remember what it did, capacitor. There we go. 50 volts. This one's, hey, now what's going on there? $250. Wow. Okay, so this capacitor is really no reason I should have taken it out. A little late now. And then the last one here. This was, I think, the bypass on the IF cathode resistor. IF tube cathode resistor, I believe. Right open. Well, how do you like that? These aren't so bad. $250. Still opening a bit. Well, as old capacitors go, these couple weren't so bad. Two were kind of bad. Two not so bad. You just never seem to know what to expect when you're testing these. So let's see. I've checked the capacitors. They're all soldered in. This thing's ready for another test. Okay. And I think I have to go and make sure the antenna is switched on here before we get going. That would be helpful for sure. Okay, we're ready for a test here. Did I mention it's another beautiful day outside? I think it's going to be 17 degrees, sunny most of the day. It's fantastic. So I'm looking forward to going outside and mess around with antennas and some yard stuff too. Okay, where are we at here? We are completely silent. Why would that be? It takes a long time to warm up, that's why. It's a tiny amount of volume. This is the French broadcast station I use to check if the radios are receiving well or not. This is pretty good. It's very good. Okay. Let's go this way. It's another station I usually check. This is usually the stronger station. Interesting that it's not. Okay, well, radio's working, but let's jump up to the top shortwave band. We're at 14 here. We might get some stuff in this area. Let's see what we can find. Ooh, I don't like that sound. Oh, it's my hand. How many times am I going to do that? So there's WWV, gives us a chance to look at the accuracy of the dial here. I don't like picking up these kinds of radios, but so 15 is just below where the dial's pointing. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's fading out. I want to put this on 0 would be where that should be. Let's put it there. Can we find it again? There it is. Oh, the dial's right on the money. Wow. Some strange sounds there. Very good. This is above 17 megahertz. It's a good day for shortwave, that's for sure. Be picking up CB radio up in this area. If there's anything happening, very good. I think that's all we need to do to test the radio at this point. Fantastic. Still has a bit of a hum coming out of it. Some of these radios, they have a certain amount of hum, and that's it. You can't really get rid of it unless you want to re-engineer the radio a little bit, because a small amount of hum is very tolerable in a radio. Okay, that's great. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I'm on my way outdoors, probably for the rest of the day. You know what I have to do? I have to put the summer tires on my car. We're still driving around on snow tires here. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. See you.